Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a Sri Krishna Chaitanya book compilation given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on January 15th, 2021 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Bhagavativachalam Pangalangayachayaram Yatithadhanan Vande Sri Gurum Dinadaninam Paramanandamadavam Sri Chaitanya Islam Harihi Om Tat Sat.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya book compilation. This chapter entitled as Lord Chaitanya delivers Vasudeva the leper.
এই মতো যার ঘরে করে প্রভু ভিক্ষা সেই ওইছে কহে তারে করাই এই শিক্ষা
At whosoever house Sri Chaitanya accepted his alms by taking prasadam, he would convert the dwellers to his Sankirtan movement and advise them just as he advised the Brahmana named Kurma. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The cult of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is explained here very nicely. One who surrenders to him and is ready to follow him with heart and soul does not need to change his location, nor is it necessary for one to change his status. One may remain a householder, a medical practitioner, an engineer, or whatever. It doesn't matter. One only has to follow the instruction of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and instruct relatives and friends in the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. One has to learn humility and meekness at home, following the instructions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and in that way one's life will be spiritually successful. One should not try to be an artificially advanced devotee thinking, I am a first class devotee, so it is best not to accept any disciples. Such thinking should be avoided. One has to become purified at home by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and preaching the principles enunciated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thus, one can become a spiritual master and be freed from the contamination of material life. There are many Sahajiyas who decry the activities of the six Goswamis, Srila Rupa, Sanatana, Raghunath Dasa, Bhatta, Raghunatha, Jiva, and Gopala Bhatta Goswamis, who are the personal associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and who enlightened society by writing books on devotional service. Similarly, Narottam Das Thakur and other great acharyas like Madhvacharya, Ramanuja Acharya, and others accepted many thousands of disciples to induce them to render devotional service. However, there is a class of Sagajiyas who think that these activities are opposed to the principles of devotional service. Indeed, they consider such activities simply another phase of materialism. Thus, opposing the principles of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they commit offences at his lotus feet. They should better consider his instructions and instead of seeking to be considered humble and meek, should refrain from criticizing the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who engage in preaching. To protect his preachers, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given much clear advice in these verses of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita.
So the importance is enunciated here by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada.
So the importance are enunciated here by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada
Engaging in the preaching movement.
and engaging in the preaching movement.
Brahma Bhagavata Purana,
And in the Brahma Vaivarta Purana,
Krishna predicted there will be a 10,000 year golden age.
Krishna predicted that there will be a 10,000 year golden age.
That will come to pass when all the followers of Lord Chaitanya also
Then that would come to pass when all the followers of Sri Chaitanya also
engage in the spreading of Krishna consciousness.
engage in the spreading of Krishna consciousness.
So one can do that while they remain in their home,
One can do that while they remain in their home
and thus become a spiritual master, studying the teachings of Krishna as given in Bhagavad Gita
and,
and Srimad Bhagavatam.
and thus spread the teachings of Krishna given in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam.
পুরীতে প্রত্যাবর্তন না করা পর্যন্ত প্রভু কর্তৃক সকলকেই আচার্যরূপে ভক্তি প্রচারের আদেশ। পথে যাইতে দেবালয়ে রহে যেই গ্রামে, যার ঘরে ভিক্ষা করে সেই মহাজনে। কুর্মই জইছে রীতি তৈছে কইল সর্বঠাঞ্জি, নীলা চলে পুনঃ যাবত না আইল গোসাঞ্জি।
While on his tour, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would spend the night at a temple by the road. Whenever he accepted food from a person, he would give him the same advice he gave to the Brahmana named Kurma. He adopted this process until he returned to Jagannath Puri from his South Indian tour.
Although the author does not repeat
Although the author does not repeat
what the Lord does,
what the Lord does,
he's saying that throughout his tour of South India,
he is saying that throughout his tour on South India,
he gave every household he took his food in the
every
same advice as a Karma Brahman.
every household he took food in, he gave the advice as for the Kurma Brahmana.
So he asked everyone to chant Hare Krishna,
So he asked everyone to chant Hare Krishna,
spread the teachings of Krishna,
to spread the teachings of Krishna,
ask to be a spiritual master.
and ask to be the spiritual master.
We should understand that this was the consistent program
and understand that this was the consistent program
of Lord Chaitanya throughout his tour of South India.
of Lord Chaitanya throughout his tour in South India.
Although it's not being repeated,
Although it's not being repeated,
he did the same thing
he did the same thing
in every house he went.
in every house that he went. Chaitanya Charita Mahakavya. The merciful Lord was satisfied with his actions and ate at his auspicious house. He then departed.
How many here want the mercy of Lord Chaitanya to visit your home
How many
and
of
take
you
your prasada?
How many of you want the mercy of Lord Chaitanya of visiting your home and take prasadam?
Raise your hand, let's see.
Raise your hand, let's see.
This was the mercy that Lord Chaitanya was giving freely.
This was the mercy of Lord Chaitanya that he was giving it
He
freely.
was going to every house,
He was going to every
taking
house,
prasada,
taking prasadam,
giving them the advice,
giving them free
and
advice,
chant Hare Krishna,
chant Hare
and
Krishna,
tell everyone the teachings of Krishna.
and tell everyone
Then you go
about
on.
the teaching of Lord Krishna, and then he would go on.
অতএব ইহা কইলাম করিয়া বিস্তার, এই মতো জানিবে প্রভুর সর্বত্র ব্যবহার।
Thus, I have described the Lord's behavior elaborately in the case of Kurma. In this way, you will know Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's dealings throughout South India.
Although the case of the Kurma Brahmana
Although the case of Kurma Brahmana
was described in great detail,
was described in great detail,
he did the same dealings
he did the same dealings
in every house.
in every house.
But he made a point
But he make a
that he's
point
not repeating the same description again and again.
but that he did not repeating the same details again and again.
But it should be understood
But it should be understood
that he did the same thing
that he did the same
in
thing
every house.
in every house.
কুর্মগৃহে সেই রাত্রিবাস, এই মতো সেই রাত্রি তাহাই রহিলা, প্রাতকালে প্রভু স্নান করিয়াছ লীলা।
Thus, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would remain at night in one place, and the next morning, after bathing, he would start again.
প্রাতে পুনরায় যাত্রা, প্রভুর অনুব্রজি কুর্ম বহু দূর আইলা, প্রভু তারে যত্ন করি ঘরে পাঠাইলা।
When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left, the Brahmana Kurma followed him a great distance. But eventually Lord Chaitanya took care to send him back home.
বাসুদেবামৃত প্রভুর প্রণাম। ধন্যং তং নৌমি চৈতন্যং বাসুদেবং দয়াদ্রধি, নষ্ট কুষ্টং রূপপুষ্টং ভক্তি তুষ্টং চকারজ।
Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being very compassionate toward a Brahmana named Vasudeva, cured him of leprosy. He transformed him into a beautiful man satisfied with devotional service. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the glorious Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
কুষ্ঠরোগী বাসুদেব বিপ্রের প্রভু দর্শনার্থ কুর্মগৃহে আগমন। বাসুদেব নাম এক দ্বিজ মহাশয়, সর্বাঙ্গে গলিত কুষ্ঠ তাতে ক্রীড়াময়।
There was also a Brahmana named Vasudeva, who was a great person but was suffering from leprosy. Indeed, his body was filled with living worms. Murari Gupta Katsha. Another Brahmana of the name Vasudeva saw Sri Gaurahari, whose personality is transcendental to this world of cause and effect. Perceiving the brilliant qualities of his person, he recognized him to be Krishna himself and began to dance. Chaitanya Charita Mahakavya. One Brahmana named Vasudeva heard that Mahaprabhu was going south from Jagannath Puri and approached to him suddenly.
অঙ্গ হইতে যেই ক্রীড়া খসিয়া পড়ায়, উঠাইয়া সেই ক্রীড়া রাখে সেই ঠাই।
Although suffering from leprosy, the Brahmana Vasudev was enlightened. As soon as one worm fell from his body, he would pick it up and place it back again in the same location.
Vasudeva Brahmana
So the Vasudev Brahmana
was so self-realized
was so self-realized
that he understood
he is
not the body,
that he is not the body,
and that it was his karma to somehow be eaten by worms.
It was karma that somehow he was eaten by the
And they
worms,
fell from his body.
and when one worm
He
fell
picked
from
them
his
up
body,
and put them back.
he picked them up and put them back
Let them eat.
and let them eat.
So he was very detached
So he was very detached
and fixed in Atma Gyan
and fixed in Atma Gyan,
and spiritual realization.
spiritual realization.
রাত্রিতে শুনিলা তেহ গোসাঞ্জির আগমন, দেখিবারে আইলা প্রভাতে কুর্মের ভবন।
Then one night Vasudeva heard of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's arrival, and in the morning he came to see the Lord at the house of Kurma, Chaitanya Mangal.
সেতু বন্ধন দেখিবারে চলিলা ঠাকুর, কুর্ম নামে বিপ্র দেখে কুর্ম নামে পুর।
So, Lord Chaitanya, after leaving Jagannath Puri,
Although Lord Chaitanya, after leaving Jagannath Puri
to see the Setubandha,
to see the Setubandha,
place of Lord Ram,
place of
crossed to Sri Lanka.
Lord Ram crossed to Sri Lanka,
He went to the Kurma Kshetra,
he went to Kurmakshetra
saw the Kurma Brahmin,
and saw the Kurma Brahmin,
and he had his pastime there,
and he had his pastimes there,
where he told the Kurma Brahmin
where he told the Kurma Brahmana
to stay in the household life,
to stay in the household life,
but to preach Krishna consciousness.
but to preach Krishna consciousness.
বাসুদেব নামে বিপ্র আছে সেই গ্রামে, দুই জনা সঙ্গে দেখা হইল এক ঠামে।
In that village,
In that village,
there are two Brahmins.
there were two Brahmins.
One was called Kurma,
One was called
and
Kurma,
one was called Vasudeva.
and one was called Vasudeva.
And Lord Chaitanya met both of these Brahmins
And Lord Chaitanya met both of these Brahmins
at Kurmastan.
at Kurmakstan, Chaitanya Charita Mahakavya. In great pain because of white leprosy on his limbs, the great soul came to Kurma's house. Coming there, Vasudeva asked Kurma about Mahaprabhu. Kurma told him everything concerning the abode of mercy. The Lord had stayed there and taken food. He gave mercy to me. If you go quickly, you can see the Lord.
প্রভুর কর্মত্যাগ শ্রবণে বাসুদেবের দুঃখ ও বিলাপ হেতু প্রভুর তথায় আবির্ভাব। প্রভুর গমন কুর্ম মুখেতে শুনিয়া, ভূমিতে পড়িলা দুঃখে মূর্ছিত হইয়া।
When the leper Vasudeva came to Kurma's house to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was informed that the Lord had already left. The leper then fell to the ground unconscious.
Vasudeva was so eager to see the Lord
Vasudeva was so eager to see the Lord.
that when he heard the Lord had already left,
When he heard the Lord had already left,
he felt unconscious,
he fell unconscious,
filled with separation and sadness.
filled with separation and sadness. Chaitanya Charita Mahakavya. Hearing this, Vasudeva went outside in confusion and fainting fell on the ground. Understanding this, the Lord returned.
Lord Chaitanya
Lord Chaitanya
is the super soul
is the super soul
of everyone.
of everyone.
He understood
And he understood
Vasudeva,
Vasudeva,
the Brahman leper,
the Brahmin
wanted
leper,
to see him,
wanted to see him.
and therefore our Lord appeared again,
And therefore the Lord appeared again,
giving his darshan,
giving his
his
darshan,
audience to Vasudeva.
his audience to Vasudeva.
অনেক প্রকার বিলাপ করিতে লাগিলা, সেই ক্ষণে আসি প্রভু তারে আলিঙ্গিলা।
When Vasudeva, the leper Brahmana, was lamenting due to not being able to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord immediately returned to that spot and embraced him.
Hari Ram! Who can imagine the unlimited mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?
Who can imagine the unlimited mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?
Not only did he come back,
Not only did he come back,
and the Brahmin Vasudeva was lamenting
When the Brahmin Vasudev was lamenting
and he could not see the Lord,
that he could not see the Lord
came and embraced him.
the Lord came and embraced him.
Haribo!
Haribo, Murari Gupta Kaksha. Although afflicted by leprosy, that Vipra was a transcendentally situated soul and a Maha Bhagavata Bhakta. Sri Chaitanya embraced him and thus transformed him into a healthy man with a golden luster.
Lord Chaitanya, by embracing him,
Lord Chaitanya, by embracing him,
cured him of leprosy,
cured him of leprosy,
and became healthy,
and he became healthy
golden luster,
with golden luster.
and so he got the special mercy of Lord Chaitanya.
So he got the special mercy of Lord Chaitanya.
প্রভুর তাহাকে আলিঙ্গন দান, তৎফলে বিপ্রের কুষ্ঠরোগ মুক্তি ও সৌন্দর্য লাভ। প্রভুর স্পর্শে দুঃখ সঙ্গে কুষ্ঠ দূরে গেল, আনন্দ সহিতে অঙ্গ সুন্দর হইল।
When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu touched him, both the leprosy and his distress went to a distant place. Indeed, Vasudeva's body became very beautiful to his great happiness. Chaitanya Charita Mahakavya. Coming there, the Lord embraced the Brahmana in his arms and released him from illusion along with his leprosy. Receiving a conscious, attractive body, he offered respects to the Lord in joy and lamentation.
প্রভুর
So
দয়া
it said
So it said
that he simultaneously felt joy and also lamentation.
so he was simultaneously in joy and lamentation.
And this is a mystery.
So this is a mystery.
প্রভুর দয়া দর্শনে বাসুদেবের স্তব। প্রভুর কৃপা দেখি তার বিস্ময় হইল মন, শ্লোক পড়ি পায়ে ধরি করেন স্তবন।
The Brahmana Vasudev was astonished to behold the wonderful mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he began to recite a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam touching the Lord's lotus feet. Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka. Doorkeeper enters. Bhattacharya, the Brahmanas you sent have returned from the Godavari river. They wait to see you. Bhattacharya, the king is eager to see them. Let them enter. Doorkeeper, as you order, bring them. He again enters. Bhattacharya, come in, come in. The Brahmanas approach, offering blessings to the king and bowing down before Sarvabhauma. King, please sit down. Tell everything from the beginning. Everyone sits down. Bhattacharya, one of you tell us the news. One Brahmana, he left here and went to Alalanath, where he saw the deity and offered prayers. He walked very quickly, as an unrestricted wild elephant. It was very difficult for us to follow behind him. He was like a strong wind sweeping south from Mount Meru in the north. He chanted the holy name as if he were a thundering cloud. The travelers on the road all gazed at him with wonder. In this way, he quickly arrived at Kurmakshetra. Sarvabhauma, he did not eat anything on the way? Brahmana, he did not. Bhattacharya, what did you do? Brahmana, we ate whenever we could and we followed behind him. In this way, he went to Kurmakshetra, bowed down before the deity, offered prayers, and stayed at home of an exalted Brahmana named Kurma. Requested by this Brahmana, he accepted a meal, and then he did something very wonderful.
Wow, what is that? What is that?
Bhattacharya, wow, what was that? What was that?
প্রভুর দর্শনে তারা হইল নির্মল, নিরক্ষয়ে গোরা দেহ প্রেমায় বিহল।
By the sight of Lord Chaitanya,
By the sight of Lord Chaitanya,
they became purified.
they became purified.
Seeing the golden form
Seeing the golden form
of Lord Gora,
of Lord Gaura,
they became overwhelmed with spiritual loving ecstasy.
they became overwhelmed with spiritual loving ecstasy.
সুমেরু সুন্দর তনু বাহু জানু সম, সিংহ গ্রীব কুম্ভকণ্ঠ সুদীর্ঘ লোচন।
The body,
And his body, a beautiful golden color, like
the body which is beautiful, golden color, like
the Mount Sumeru,
the Mount Sumeru,
with his auspicious arms
with his
reaching
auspicious
out to his knees,
arms leading up to his knees,
his waist thin like a lion's,
his waist thin like a lion,
his shoulders, his broad shoulders,
his broad shoulders,
and his long eyes
and his long eyes
extending almost to his ears,
extending almost to the ears,
and his neck like a conch shell,
and a neck like a conch shell.
দেখিতে দেখিতে হিয়া আনন্দ বাড়িল, এই কৃষ্ণ গৌরচন্দ্র নিশ্চয় জানিল।
while looking again and again at Lord Chaitanya.
By looking again and again at Lord Chaitanya,
Transcendental ecstasy in their heart increased.
the transcendental ecstasy in their heart increased.
They were convinced
They were convinced
this Gaurachandra
this Gaurachandra
was actually Lord Krishna himself.
is actually Lord Krishna himself.
Ha ha!
Aha!
হা হা মহাপ্রভু বলি পড়িলা চরণে, সর্বলোক কান্দে তার প্রেমার কানন্দে।
Saying,
Expressing a deep emotion.
expressing a deep emotion.
Ha Gauranga, ha Gauranga.
Ha Gauranga, ha Gauranga.
They fell at the lotus feet of the Lord,
They fell at the lotus feet of the Lord,
Lord Chaitanya.
Lord Chaitanya.
All the people cried.
All the people cried. Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka. Brahmana. In that place lived a Brahmana named Vasudeva, who was afflicted with leprosy. All his limbs were covered with worms, blood and pus.
Ah,
He suffered acutely. Whenever a worm fell from his body, he would pick it up and put it back. He was a great devotee, his mind always absorbed in thinking of the Lord. Still, he was humble and would never claim he was a great devotee. When Lord Chaitanya met him, he embraced him with his long arms as if he were a dear friend he had not seen for a long time. Then the Brahmana quoted this verse from Srimad Bhagavatam.
শ্রীমদ্ ভাগবত 10:81-16। কহকং দরিদ্র পাপিয়ান কব কৃষ্ণ শ্রীনিকেতন, ব্রহ্মবন্ধু রীতি সম্মোহং বাহুভ্যাং পরিরম্ভিত।
He said, "Who am I, a sinful, poor friend of a Brahmana? And who is Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, full in 6 opulences? Nonetheless, he has embraced me with his 2 arms." Purport. This verse was spoken by Sudama Brahmana in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 81, Text 16, in connection with his meeting Lord Krishna.
So
King
King Prataprudra
King Prataprudra,
Maharaj, he was
King Prataprudra Maharaj, he was
here to hear
eager to hear
all the pastimes
all the pastimes
of Lord Chaitanya.
of Lord Chaitanya.
And thus
And thus
he was hearing
how
Lord Chaitanya
Lord Chaitanya
had embraced the leper,
had embraced the leper,
and how the leper was quoting from the Srimad Bhagavatam,
was quoting from Srimad Bhagavatam,
and how he was cured of his leprosy.
and how he was cured of his leprosy.
বহু স্তুতি করি কহে শুনো দয়াময় জীবে এই গুণ নাহি তোমাতে এই হয় মোরে দেখি মোরে গন্ধে পালায় পামর হেন মোরে স্পর্শে তুমি স্বতন্ত্র ঈশ্বর
The Brahmana Vasudeva continued, O my merciful Lord, such mercy is not possible for ordinary living entities. Such mercy can be found only in you. Upon seeing me, even a sinful person goes away due to my bad bodily order. Yet you have touched me. Such is the independent behavior of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The leper Vasudeva
Has so much appreciative of the transcendental quality of mercy
is
of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
so much appreciative of the transcendental qualities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Why his lamenting is described here.
Why he was lamenting is described here. Chaitanya Charita Mahakavya. Reciting this verse, he said, This is not mercy but punishment to me. The Lord said, Don't feel miserable. Devoid of pride, a person will attain me. He then disappeared.
কিন্তু আছিলাম ভালো অধম হইয়া এবে অহংকার মর জানিবে আসিয়া
Being meek and humble, the Brahmana Vasudeva worried that he would become proud after being cured by the grace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
So Vasudeva was worried of being cured by the Lord.
Vasudeva was worried that he was cured by the Lord
He might become proud,
and he might become proud,
and that thus he fall down
thus he fall down
on the spiritual platform.
from the spiritual platform.
Our Lord Chaitanya
But Lord Chaitanya
advised him
advised him
that by being in Krishna consciousness,
that by being in Krishna consciousness,
he'll be protected from being falsely proud.
he will be protected from the false pride. After reciting this verse, he became at once cured of leprosy, and his body became splendidly handsome. He then said, My Lord, how did I get a body like this? My body was overtaken by disease, and now it is completely cured. I am afraid that now my mind will become filled with pride, and I will be again attracted to the material world. The Lord then said, O Brahmana, never again will you forget the Lord, and never again will your heart become involved in the external things of this world. Why should you be anxious?
Along with carrying the Brahma Vasudeva's leprosy, he cured him of the material attraction
So,
to this world.
Lord Chaitanya not only curing the leprosy of the Brahmana, but he also cured him from the material attraction of this world.
Do you like our ad-free videos? Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.